Hello everybody and welcome to today's short video series. Today we're talking to graduates and our graduate today is Olivia Horsman and we're going to be talking about her university education, her work and what's next. So Olivia, welcome and thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. Hope you're well.
It's a pleasure to have you. Tell us, which university did you attend?
Nottingham Trent for my undergraduate.
Great. How did that go?
Oh, it was so fun. I loved it. I loved the teaching, like the city and like the tutors we had. They just let you kind of be so personal with your work and explore loads of things. It was so nice.
And you've got a passion for textile design now, have you?
Yeah, definitely more than when I started. It's so good.
Oh, what was the title of the course that you did?
It was just textile design.
Great. It's absolutely brilliant. And have you been using lots of different technologies along the way?
Yeah, we did in first year, we did a range of like knit, embroidery, weave, print. And then for your second and third year, you choose a specialism. So I specialised in print. So then it's sort of like hand printing, like Photoshop, digital printing. But you get like skills in so many different areas. It's so nice.
So it was a valuable experience for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I loved it.
Have you managed to get any experience in the industry yet?
No, not yet. I've been trying to apply for a few internships, not going too well, but if I do my master's in September, that's when I'm going to try keep pushing. Like
keep knocking, honestly. Anybody in the industry will not mind. If you just drop into their email every Monday, they really won't mind. It shows that you're passionate and that you're driven. So don't just step back and think, oh, they're not interested. Everybody out there is busy, so just keep going. Okay, so let's start with our first question then, okay? What inspired your final project?
It's basically just all about the brain. I know it sounds kind of odd, but I just find the brain fascinating. Like it's endless, it's limitless. You're never going to understand everything about it. I just think it's so interesting how you could be in like a really dark place, really anxious, or you could have like energy bursts and like kind of hallucinate and then just really excited. I think it's just so interesting, and all like the colours that you can associate with that. It's just really exciting. And then I definitely knew from the start it was going to be related to like exploring some part of the brain, and then researching more on that, I was also kind of inspired by the trope of like the tortured artist and how art is seen like as such a medium to explore someone's mental health. And even if that's not like consciously, you can track someone's like mental state through artwork as well. So kind of combined them to create a project exploring the brain in different states and see how well it could like track some of my different states through art and textiles.
Do you think you did that, Olivia, because of like kind of the metaverse and there's so much augmented reality and so much digital going on? Do you think that might have been kind of what's at the background of this, of why you kind of thought about how that the ultimate connectivity really between the physical and the hybrid world is all sensory, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. That's the thing as well. You have to really kind of step out of your brain and try and dissociate a little bit to fully explore. I think this is why it's fascinating as well, because I will never be able to say like I've fully explored my brain, or I'm at a point where like I'm happy that I've explored so much. Like it's so limitless, but yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by all the things that you don't know as well, because even about your own brain, you don't know like a lot about it.
Absolutely. Tell us all about your work then. What did you print? What did you design? What products did you create? Where did it lead you?
Yeah, so the collection consists of 6 mini collections, each exploring like a different state of mind. And these like kind of freaky looking self-portraits, there's one for each state, which kind of gives it context to like what state I'm feeling in that collection. And also works as like a medium, so you can see the difference between them. And then they also form like the respective colour palette for each collection. And then from that, I use a lot of mindfulness and art therapy techniques as well, just like a range of mediums, mostly on paper, like pens, paint, chalk. Just like as soon as I felt one of those states I was exploring, I just try and express it through like paper and a medium. And I close my eyes a lot of the time as well to kind of avoid looking at what I was doing and trying to make it look a certain way. And I differ from like A4 pieces if I was feeling quite low, didn't have a lot of energy, or like big like A0 sheets to be like expressive and things. And then most of my work is digital print, because working on Photoshop allowed me to kind of it allowed me to work with colour really well and also with tones. So I could kind of try and create these like visual type of auras within a design, which kind of explained my state and also kind of makes you think a bit more out of mind, like, oh, what could that be like? What could that represent?
Okay.
And yeah, and then a lot of print room techniques as well.
So what kind of techniques did you learn?
There was a lot of discharge works. A lot of it I would digitally print and then discharge onto it. Illuminating, discharge, opaque screen printing, a little bit of devore to create like tones in a piece as well.
That's great. And what kind of fabrics did you choose? What materials did you print onto?
It was mostly silk for the element of trying to design for longevity. So that's kind of like a topic that can't really go out of style because it is so personal. That just trying to design like organic materials that will last, so that it's not something you'd like buy, wear a couple of times, get rid of.
Do you think that's something that's native to you, to your generation, Olivia?
Do you mean like designing for longevity?
Yeah, thinking sustainably. Is it natural? Something you think of first front of mind now?
It definitely is now. It wouldn't when I first started university. It definitely wasn't. But because we've learned like the importance of it and how like it needs to be involved in the design process, I would definitely now, like especially in third year, be thinking like, how could this be more sustainable? Is this worth it? Like,
no, it's
great. The right decision.
And have you got thoughts about where your fabrics you'd like them to be? Do you see them as fashion designs or do you see them as interior products?
Definitely fashion. Most of them are meant for these like big oversized like silk shirts.
Okay.
Unisex as well. But yeah, that's kind of where the oversized element comes from. So they're unisex and quite bright as well.
Have you made any garments yet?
No, I really wanted to. It's just the cost was would have been quite expensive. So it's just been visualizations for now, just kind of seeing how they would sit as like these big silk shirts.
That's great. And how did you enjoy New Designers?
Oh, it was so fun.
Was it good?
I've never experienced anything like that. Yeah, it was so fun talking to industry. It was also really interesting, like seeing people's work at other universities. It was so inspiring because there was so much work in that building. It was insane.
Yeah. But it's so lovely to connect to the community, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, that one shared passion and just see how other people transpose ideas, other effects. No, it's really good. Olivia, it's so lovely to see your work. Tell us what's next and where would you like to be in 5 years' time?
Next, hopefully doing a master's, particularly in Manchester. I think because it's quite like a vast topic, I do want to explore it more. And I want to try explore realms of like, how can textiles be used for like mental well-being? Can it improve mental awareness? So that's what I want to try and aim to research in my master's.
That's great.
And then after that, hopefully like a job within that realm again, like researching how well-being can be explored and promoted in textiles. Hopefully creating a garment as well that can, in theory, like improve mental well-being in some sense.
No, it's great. You should start to do some research on smart textiles and electronic textiles and things like that. I think that kind of hook applies really well to your work. If we can help you facilitate that, no problem at all. We can make some connections. Yeah, I think your work.
Oh, that'd be insane.
Yeah, I think, like heat sensitive textiles, all those kind of things, elements.
Yeah.
Textiles that warm you up or cool you down. I think that kind of, with, as you say, with mental awareness and sensory, it would be great. Olivia, thank you so much for joining us today. Wish you luck with everything. You're very talented. You definitely stood out to us at New Designers. It's difficult to see from your work behind you the scale of what you did, but it really did stand out at New Designers. If you send us a couple of pics, we'll make sure we include those in the listing as well, which is great. All right. Take care.
Nice. And thank you very much for that. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Keep in touch. We're here. All right.
Yeah,
Bye.
no, too. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Bye.
See you later.